They say home is where the heart is. But inside every house lurks a host of domestic dangers. So could your home actually be where the hurt is? The MythBusters are finding out.
Oh, MythBusters' job is never done.
From exploding vacuum cleaners
I spilled the whole thing, oh no!
to sunscreen that could scorch your skin.
Can't get sunburnt. Hey, we caught him on fire.
There, he's on fire.
And finally, to water heaters that might extinguish fires.
Oh, crap!
Boom! Wow. The MythBusters are on the case with a horde of household disasters.
Come on, water heater.
Whoa!
So the question we're going to answer is, does microwave boiled water kill plants? Very nice. To determine that, we're going to expose some plants to microwave boiled water, of course.
Beautiful.
But we're also going to compare that to some other controls. One will be water boiled on the stove, one will be just regular tap water, one will be no water at all.
And now for the supposedly toxic ingredient, the microwave boiled water.
Obviously, to conduct this experiment, you're going to need a bunch of water that's been boiled in a microwave, bombarded by those evil microwaves. Put it in, push the button, start. There we go. Run it for 5 minutes at full power, see if that works. There we go. All right. Now, as a point of clarity, I want to point out, the myth isn't that plants don't like boiling water. For gosh sake, don't pour boiling water on your plants. You'll kill them immediately, like most other living things. No, let this water cool down to room temperature before using it on a living thing.
Well, with his 3 types of H2O inside the rig, he's ready to get his thumbs green.
There we go. We've used 8 romaine lettuce in 4 groups, and we're subjecting those 4 groups to 4 distinctly different conditions of water. Now, that water is coming from these buckets up here through these water timers, and they're all set to water the plants for exactly the same amount of time and exactly the same amount of water every single day. But wait, you say, what about sunlight? Ah, we thought of that. Ta-da! That's the light. These are actual grow lights. We're going to subject our plants to these grow lights for about 16 hours a day, a really nice, vibrant sunlight, and we'll log their growth on this chart here. After a week, I swear we should see a difference. After a couple of weeks, I think this test is going to be pretty definitive.
But as exciting as it is to watch lettuce grow, let's fast forward 1 week into the future.
All right, let's see how everyone's been doing. Look at that. 9.25. The microwave boiled water is outgrowing everything else. It was around 5.5 inches, and now it's over 9 inches tall. Right now, it's not looking very good for the myth.
It's a drastically different result from those viral photos. But why exactly would people believe that water boiled in a microwave oven is dangerous?
In a word, radiation. Microwaves are a form of electromagnetic radiation, but they're on the less harmful end of the spectrum. Microwaves work by vibrating water molecules around 2.45 billion times a second. This vibration is then converted to thermal energy, and what you get is a quick and efficient way to heat food. But no radiation is imparted during the process, and theoretically, microwave boiled water is no different than water boiled on a stove. Still, we're going to give it another week, and let's see what happens.
So after 2 weeks of growth, Adam is let loose amongst the lettuce for the last time.
What we wanted to determine was whether microwave water was dangerous, and I think definitively we proved that it's not. Look at this. This is the healthiest plant in here. Both of these, they're higher than any of the others, and they got the microwave boiled water. They're totally fine. Oh, and we also determined that no water is really, really crappy for plants. So note that, you brown thumbs.
It may be busted, but don't take our word for it. Try this at home. Next up, Adam and Jamie are investigating the old ball chain.
We all know what this stuff is. Regular chrome ball chain. Keys, IDs, and dog tags have been hanging from it for decades. But we've got a viral video that seems to show this stuff, under the right conditions, behaving almost against the force of gravity.
So, supposedly, this gravity-defying feat is achieved without any special effects wizardry. But are they yanking your chain? Or could you really recreate it with just a ball chain, a beaker, and if you have one, a high-speed camera?
Check this out.
Let's check out the high speed. Hey, Adam. It's like it's going all the way across the room.
Wow.
It doesn't look like it should be able to do that, does it?
No.
It's like magic.
That is freaking gorgeous. That is so freaking cool.
Cool and surprising, as the ball chain seems to levitate out and over the lip of the cup. And this strange behavior has gotten Jamie thinking.
Now we've got some bigger chain. Let's see if it goes further.
It does seem the bigger the ball, the greater the effect. But is this gravity-defying act also related to the distance you are from the ground?
Okay, let's see what this does from 8 feet up. That made a difference. It's clear from our testing that there are two key forces that are causing this effect. And the first is that mass moving in a particular direction wants to continue moving in that direction. So when we're yanking the chain up out of the pot, it wants to continue moving upward. But shortly after, gravity starts to pull it down. And so that's where we get this arc. If one of these forces is out of balance, like as in if gravity starts to pull down too hard, then we don't get as large of an arc. But when these two forces are perfectly balanced, coupled with the unique symmetrical and slick design of this chain, it all converges to create an arc that seems like it should be impossible. But whatever the explanation, it's a really cool effect.
It's cool. And to take it to the max, Adam's got this one all chained up.
Wow.
The biggest ball chain I could possibly buy.
Whenever you're ready.
Here we go. Wow! That was amazing.
That worked really well.
It's almost magical watching the chain flow, seemingly defying gravity, out of the cup. My favorite part about it, though, is that it seems to be proportional to the size of the ball chain. So you get a little loop with stuff like this, and you get a nice giant loop with stuff like this. I didn't even know they made stuff this big until this story. This is awesome.
Yep, this chain reaction is surprisingly DIY. So break out the beakers and the ball chain and make sure that you do try this at home.
Well, today what we have is a whole episode devoted to myths about household disasters. And the first one is a doozy, the myth that sunscreen can make you vulnerable to bursting into flames.
Spontaneous human combustion. I'm all for it.
Great, let's go.
There's a myth out there that says that certain types of sunscreen may protect you from burning, but they can also, at the same time, set you on fire. And so with that in mind, we've come out to one of our favorite places in the Bay Area that we can legally and safely set things on fire.
Yep, inside this fireproof concrete bunker,
Nice.
the guys will attempt to light up some lotion.
Is that your fire suit?
It is indeed.
Good, well, if you put that on, we'll find out which one of these is flammable.
All right.
With Adam suited, first up are the traditional creams.
Just squirt those into the flame.
In possibly the most basic test ever on MythBusters.
All right, here goes nothing. 3, 2, 1. Not flammable.
Nope.
All right, number 2. Also not flammable.
Nope. So why didn't the creams burn? Well, the creams are made up of chemicals and minerals, but they're primarily an oil-based product, and just like the oil in your salad dressing, it's pretty hard to get it to burst into flames.
Not flammable.
But we're just getting started. Now it's time to move on to the sprays.
Oh! All right, that's one for further study. Wow!
Clearly, this is one you shouldn't try at home.
Woo!
Because the sprays are adding fuel to the fire.
Wow! Dude, these sprays are scary.
And it's all down to the propellant.
So what are those propellants you'll find in an average can of spray sunscreen? Primarily butane and propane. Butane you'll know as the stuff that's in your lighter, and propane is the stuff you cook your burgers on. They're used primarily because they're self-pressurizing. They allow the manufacturer to make something that sprays without having to put a highly pressurized gas in this canister. They're not meant to be flammable, not for this product anyway.
The butane is fanning the flames of the myth.
All right. Time to get cooking.
So now to find out if this summertime scenario really is a household hazard.
Just in case.
Our scenario here is pretty straightforward. Our dude here, the chef, is a barbecuing aficionado who's also very pale. So he is currently covering himself with sunscreen while barbecuing. We're gonna wait until the meat gets good and greasy, we get some fire coming up off of that, and then we're gonna try and apply a little sunscreen, see what happens to our dude.
All right, here we go. I may be barbecuing, but it's been a while since I put sunscreen on.
Barbecue Buster is pale as a ghost, so Adam ensures he's thoroughly protected from the sun.
Yeah, that's not so bad.
But could that overzealous protection actually do Buster harm?
Can't get sunburnt. No, no sunburn for you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, we caught him on fire. He's on fire.
So I put him out?
Yes. Excellent.
Whew, that was close.
We actually were able to get the fire to jump from the barbecue through the mist to the guy's arm and set him on fire. Pretty extreme circumstances, I know, but at this point, his arm and even some of his clothing are on fire, and he's in big trouble.
Clearly, this could be a home disaster waiting to happen. So cue Human Analog 2.0.
Ready for your 15 minutes of fame, little piggy?
The suggestion is that propellant-based sunscreen stays flammable long after application.
Let's get to grilling. There we go.
But is that a scenario that will bring home the bacon?
Now we wait a little bit. Let the fat start to fry.
For the first test, we're going to apply the sunscreen and then wait 3 minutes before we expose it to flame.
All right, dude, I think we're close. You want to get ready to spray him and then count down 3 minutes?
Okie dokie. So how might it be that sunscreen remains flammable once applied to the skin?
A whole bunch, all the way down the arm, too.
Well, solvents are used to dissolve the oils and minerals and carry them in suspension, and that is usually denatured alcohol at concentrations up to 75%. And as we know, alcohol is very flammable.
That's the theory. And 3 minutes later,
3 minutes.
Porky has to sweat it out.
All right, here we go, pig.
Adam fans the flames, but will the sunscreen still be flammable?
Nothing.
No.
Nothing, man.
No.
3 minutes, I don't think you're flammable.
Time to do 1 minute.
Let's go for broke.
Next, they slap on a whole lot more sunscreen. And this time, grab the grill after just 60 seconds.
Time's up. Go.
Ah, 1 minute, nothing.
Nope.
We've tested the application of spray sunscreen on our pig and exposed him to a barbecue fire after 3 minutes and 1 minute, and so far have yet to achieve any kind of burning pork. Now we're going to do it nearly instantaneously. We're going to apply the sunscreen to our pig, wait about 5 seconds for the bilious cloud to disperse, and then bring in the barbecue flames.
Here we go.
Okay.
There, he's on fire.
Is he on fire? No, my goodness.
So as Porky feels the burn, there's definitely a residual risk. But it's only 5 seconds after application.
So it seems that the alcohol in these sprays is evaporating very rapidly. But if you spray yourself down and then immediately expose that sprayed area to an open source of flame like the grill, you could be in serious trouble, like our guy.
Okay, a vacuum cleaner. And is that black powder?
It is. All right, let me explain. Now, this myth is about a guy who's making his own ammo in his living room. He knocks over a bunch of black powder on the carpet, decides to vacuum it up, but something in the vacuum cleaner ignites the black powder and the whole thing explodes.
No way.
Man, this has MythBusters written all over it.
It's a household hazard that you can't sweep under the rug. But will sucking up black powder really bring the house down? Well, at the bomb range,
All right, the cleanup crew's here.
the guys get on with their chores
All hands on deck, get it?
Funny.
as they lay first a floor
Oh my God, it's perfect.
and then a carpet.
Watch this. Boom!
Wow, we actually got a carpet that goes with the colors of the bomb range. There's dirty brown and blasted brown.
A little bit of burnt ochre.
So now to bring in the vacuums. But how could something built to suck ignite the black powder?
Well, number one, you have an electric motor that's generating heat. Number two, you have rotating parts moving at high speed. You could form static electricity, and a static discharge could set it off. And finally, there could be an electrical problem inside of the vacuum, causing a large amount of heat to be generated in a small area.
And because of that unholy trinity,
Oh, MythBusters' job is never done.
the team is opting for some hands-free hoovering.
So this is how it's gonna go down. We are gonna be vacuuming up a pound of black powder. That's a lot of black powder. The vacuum cleaner could potentially explode. So we'll be operating it remotely with my vacuuming robot. If you are not satisfied with the robot vacuuming machine, your money is 100%, 90%, it's about 50% guaranteed.
With the robot firing on its one and only cylinder,
It's like one of those furniture testers.
Grant adds the final ingredient.
Oh, I spilled some more. Oh no! I spilled the whole thing. Oh no.
This feels like the beginning of the best infomercial for a vacuum ever.
Okay, this is black powder vacuum. In 3, 2, 1.
All right, engaging robo-maid.
All right, let's let it run for a minute and see what happens.
Slowly but surely, RoboMaid runs the vacuum over the powder.
Yeah, she moves real slow, but she does a great job.
But after a minute, although the vacuum is sucking, it's not blowing up.
Didn't blow up.
Okay, let's switch out the vacuum.
So with a squadron of suckers standing by,
We do windows too.
next they try the uprights,
All right, I think we can call it.
then the canisters,
12 amp canister vacuum. 3, 2, 1.
then the high and the low amperages.
Well, so far it's sucking.
Oh, you're right, it is sucking.
But after all that vacuuming, they're still 0 for 7 on explosions.
Nothing we have done has caused this black powder to ignite.
Boom!
Nope.
Plus, we're on top of a carpet, there's tons of static electricity, and it's 100 degrees out here. And we've still not seen a vacuum cleaner blow up. This one's looking busted.
Maybe, but Bright Spark Grant still has one more trick to try.
Now, if I cut most, but not all these wires, the same amount of current has to go through that smaller number of wires, which means it's got a higher resistance, it's gonna start to heat up. And that heat is what I'm banking on is gonna be the ignition source. Okay, that got really hot, so I think we're ready.
A faulty vacuum cleaner is not an unlikely scenario. The question is, will this get them a boom?
Okay, commence vacuuming in 3, 2, 1. Go robo vacuum. I see vacuuming going on, but I don't see any exploding happening.
Nope.
Come on!
Bummer.
10, 9, 8.
After over 5 minutes, even faulty wiring can't cause a cleaning catastrophe.
Disappointed 1.
All right.
This myth is totally busted. I'm standing in a virtual vacuum cleaner graveyard. We tried every vacuum cleaner we could find. We used a substantial amount of black powder and no boom. Busted. But we're gonna end this the way MythBusters like to end an experiment, with a big blast.
Yep, the team tested the circumstances, and it sucked. So now it's time to replicate the result.
Time for our favorite part.
MythBusters maid service in 3, 2, 1.
Now that is an exploding vacuum cleaner.
We have been testing a story about a house that is on fire, and that fire gets extinguished by an exploding hot water heater. In order to test this, we had to come up with an entirely new method of exploding a hot water heater on command. We tested it, and it works perfectly.
Boom! Nice work, sir!
Now it's time to find out if that exploding hot water heater actually has fire extinguishing capabilities.
Yep, and for that, they're going to need a house to set on fire.
So this is our cozy little cottage. It's being built to code. It'll have all the modern amenities, has a lovely lakeside view. Ain't she pretty? Well, at least she is right now.
And every lake house needs a fire extinguisher installed and filled to the brim.
Gotta love a siphon. It's like magic.
And now the dressing will commence.
Oh, like a magician.
The MythBusters are replicating a lounge room scenario, complete with shag carpet,
That is some fugly-ass carpet. Nice.
comfy couches,
It's looking good.
and plenty of combustible contents.
Home sweet home.
I find it interesting we're repeatedly making spaces that feel somewhat homey, but are only going to last for like 45 minutes before we burn them down. Or maybe put them out. We might put this fire out.
They might, but to put it out, first they'll need to start it.
All right, go ahead and fire it up. Nice. Shut it down.
Oh, what is this? This is a little wastebasket fire starter that I built back in the shop yesterday. In order to replicate a real-world fire starting in a house, we are going to create a way to start a fire in a wastebasket. We need to set a fire exactly when we want to, and that means we're going to use our favorite ignition source, the 15,000-volt neon transformer. Now, if everything goes according to plan, pushing this button should start a fire in this bucket. 3, 2, 1. And there it is. Wait, that's it. I think that's enough said. Oh, wait, there's one last detail. Everyone has a nice little bit of a throw they put over the arm of their couch. Diabolical.
The house is now a disaster waiting to happen. But to contain it, Jamie is digging the dirt.
One of the problems with setting a house on fire is the question of what else you might set on fire if you do that. Well, it's fire season here in California, and our experiment is going to make the fire department a little, well, nervous. So to put their minds at ease, I'm going to dig a nice fire break.
And with that, their house is ready to burn.
The sun is up. It's nice and early morning, and we are pretty much at go time. The hot water heater is pressured to 105 psi, which is within its safety rating, but that is time for us to all get under the safety of a bunker. I'm sitting at ground zero at the couch, where my waste paper basket is properly fueled with some newspaper, ready to set fire to the couch and the curtains. We're not much more than 10 minutes away, I must admit. I'm a little excited.
The MythBusters fall back to the bunker, because soon that water heater is going to blow.
We are at 200 psi.
The question is, will it extinguish the impending fire?
This is Command Central. We've got a view of the ignition point. We've got a view of the room where we expect the fire to occur. We've got our ignition switch and our pressure meter. We're all set. It's nice when our gauges match.
I personally think the fire's going to take about 2.5 minutes to get to the point of no return. And I think that our hot water heater is going to put it out when it explodes, but I think it's also going to destroy the house. This is the most tense part of the operation. So I think it will be a plus and a minus all at the same time. But we'll find out soon enough.
After 1.5 hours, the tank is closing in on the explosive butter zone. So it's over to our fire starter.
All right, here we go. Setting the fire. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, worked like a charm.
That worked. Holy crap.
Oh, wow.
Inside the house, the flames quickly take hold.
The smoke is obscuring. It's still going strong, but it's obscuring my upper camera.
And with the fire raging and the water heater at 300 psi, they're ready to fight one disaster with another.
All right, Jamie, I'm gonna give you the countdown. Are you ready?
You got a good fire?
Yeah, I got a good fire.
All right.
Here we go. Fire in the hole. We are going to blow this hot water heater in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Come on back in. Come on, water heater.
Oh! It's up, it's up, it's up. I see it. I see it. It's coming down.
Blam! It landed on the land. There's no house left.
I don't see any fire, though. I see some smoke.
That was clearly a household disaster. And initially, it looks like the water heater extinguished the fire. However, once the dust settles,
Looks like we still have a little bit of a fire. Doesn't look like the water heater helped out very much.
Fire Chief, for your information, we have extinguished the fire, but there's still some smoldering, so a little water here and there would take care of the finishing it off.
and as the fire crew put out the smoldering wreckage,
This is why we can't have nice things.
it's clear an exploding water heater is not a fire extinguisher.
That could not have been more spectacular. We had one household disaster, a small fire started in a wastebasket, compounded by a second household disaster, an exploding hot water heater, that caused a third and ultimately fatal to the house disaster that is completely destroying the house. Remember, the whole point of this was to find out if one household disaster, the water heater, could countermand the other one, the fire. Not only didn't it, it also took the entire house out while it went. Fantastic result. Really, I can't make an okay sign with this hand. Yes!
What amazes me is that there were no explosives involved here. This little piece of sheet metal, though, did that. Did it put out the fire? Some of it. Did we save the house? Oops.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious how we should call this. What do you think?
Yep. What do you think, guys?
Busted!
Let's go home.